Ashe, welcome Trina. We about to play some music and tap in. We're about to talk about the Throne of Ascension, quantum legacy, planetary governance. I'm excited. This is actually pretty deep. Let it reflect you guys tonight. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do me. Ashe, so Ashe. Yeah, this song does something to me. I'm not even gonna lie. I swear, when I hear it, makes me want to fly. Welcome. Ooh! It does. It hits different. It hits so deep in love. Angel and a dove. You are more than enough. I'm gonna say it till it's stuck. I love that flute right there. Dreamwalker, hey, we got a full house. Let's go. Level up, looking good on you. Whole new world, whole new you. For real, guys. Guys, I know I've been cold lately in my approach, but I am proud of you. I am really proud of you. Proud of myself. You are those people we used to read about in kids, man. You a good ass person. It's our turn, fam. Go off, please. If you love me, go off, please. 78% of the collective, listen. They go with programs. You're a trendsetter. You see the problem? But y'all looking good. The Throne of Ascension, the quantum legacy, planetary governance. From solar mastery to operational sovereignty.
Something like a beautiful butterfly. Think it's starting to metamorphosize. Yeah, every time I look inside, yeah. I just wanna fly. Let go in the sky. Take off and hold it on the way. My mind's running on replay. What do I do now? Just sleep away. I need to escape.
Listen, family. I wasn't even playing in that song. Welcome, Bethany. Welcome, Silva. Oh, we lit. Anchors. Every one of you are anchors. You are nodes. So I get a little excited. I want to welcome you to the field orientation. This is the opening of the transmission. Beloved planetary collective, star commanders and grid holders, earth-anchored architects. By now, you should know literally what each of these words mean. They represent you. Those who arrived early, quietly, and without instructions, welcome. Silver already there. Yo, thank you for the gifts. Much love. Welcome, not to a performance, not to a lesson, not to something you need to become. I want to recognize you. Yeah, you, the mirror. Reflections. I know it took great devotion to be here. I know it took will. I know it took something beyond the atomic structure to be here today. And I know if you're still standing, you have integrity. And the universe goaded you. And if I was wise, I would heed that. I would trust the universe. And I trust the universe. 11 in this room, this is divine alignment. I feel like this is something like special. I want to recognize you. You did not come here to be activated. You didn't come here to be upgraded. You did not come here to be convinced of anything. You came here because you are already online, Big Steppo. What you are feeling in your body, the pressures, the buzzings, the recalibrations, the demands for rest and precision, it's not just disrupt. This is alignment. I want to welcome you. The planet has shifted its rhythm. You hear me? The Schumann resonance, the heartbeat has shifted. Time itself has tightened, and only what can sustain coherence will remain standing. Can't say you haven't heard it. You just heard it. This space is not for people seeking to escape. It is for those willing to hold structure. A lot of you are doing this already. Bear with me while I go in. But willing, these are words, right? Willing to hold structure. I know people that are not even willing to get out of bed. Who do you know willing to hold structure? While we all sit here and wait, I want to tell you it's you. You are here because you hold structure. Somewhere in your life, you didn't give up on. You know what we call people like you? We call you foundational race. Someone that we can entrust. Someone that I can put something in. Kind of like codes. Okay? And you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah. It's not always the loud ones, right? Look around this cycle. Not everybody's with you. And it's not good or bad. You have shifted. And you came to the nucleus, to the atom, and you came back to your original cymatic. You are on your throne. And it looks good on you. This space is not for those seeking escape. I'm going to tell you again. But you hold structure. Those that do it. Not through force, but a regulated presence. Ooh. A lot of us are getting regulated for a planetary governance. Seeing if we can hold our heart open, go into the time-space continuum, hold 9 realms in a space like this, and hold temperament. There's a lot more going on. You feel me? But you had to regulate. That's something you can only experience going through time and space. You can't read that in a book. Okay? Now, a lot of you have you see how we said structure? There's atomic structure, etheric structure, different structures for different things, okay? We didn't do it by force, but we did it by regulating, okay? I went on a tangent on the word regulating, but that word right there ain't a joke. I'm learning that one, okay? Having embodied authority, innate, the real world. Biological integrity. Here, spirit and biology are not separate. Here, sovereignty is not claimed. It is literally demonstrated. You can feel it here. You can feel it. Leaderships do not need to shout, but we do stabilize. Now, that doesn't mean you don't shout, but you are true. True blue, you finish the cycle. This is Capricorn 10, completion. Or, there's a big or, big divide. You're depleted as fuck, okay? If you're listening, it is because your nervous system can carry a signal. If you're here, it is because your body has said yes to responsibility. If you remain, it is because your presence already has organized the field. And today, transmission is not so much about information, but it is about orientation. We're not moving upward, family. You are taking your seat. We are translating fire into structure, vision into governance, and awakening into your legacy. So if you could, arrive fully in your own body. Anchor your spine, soften your breath, and let your heart regulate the power, not emotion. The throne is not ahead of you. It's already beneath you. I want to welcome you. Welcome to Capricorn, the Throne of Ascension, the Quantum Legacy, Planetary Governance. Welcome to Governance. Welcome to Solar Mastery. Welcome to the work that sustains worlds. Nova Command, this is where the transmission is beginning. I choose to, see it as primary orientation. Now you're arriving into a functional reality, Star Commander. Grid Architect. Hear me, these words mean something. Planetary Technician. Sovereign Operators. All embodied in human form. Okay, this transmission is not reaching for you. It is meeting you where you are already stationed. A lot of you thought you were stuck, and that's kind of hilarious now that we kind of looking at it. You stationed. You're not stuck. You're something of a big stepper. Okay? And it's meeting where you are. And if you're hearing this, I mean this, your system's already engaged. Your body is already translating the signal into what? Into structure. Okay? Your nervous system is no longer merely just receptive anymore. This is a big deal for me. It is regulated. It's regulated. Yo, that shit's real, bro. Learning your own learning your own cymatic, you're learning your technology and being regulated. That doesn't mean tomorrow I'm not gonna snap, crackle, and pop. You know what I mean? That's not what that means. But being regulated. You see? Because sometimes you need to. We're not running from shit. Sometimes listen, if your kid runs in the street, you're gonna whisper. Oh, then yeah. So we can't lose our identity in the energy. We have to be the governors. And a lot of us did. Okay. Some of it, when we say primal, I'm telling you, it doesn't mean we fucking Hollywood. Look at me, I'm educated in my words and none of that shit. Look at that. Shit is falling. It means that you're raw. It means you're undiluted. We had to take this raw, undiluted fucking light and fucking craft. Bang it like metal. You understand? Had to develop ourselves. Who are we kidding? You can't even acknowledge that. No wonder. You know structure. No wonder. Listen. Thank you for a regulated nervous system. All right, so this is not about an announcement or a forecast, okay? This ain't no symbolic nothing, okay? This ain't a symbolic reading of a season, okay? This is deeper than that. This is operational orientation for those whose presence alone is now affecting a planetary stabilization, okay? Be the ones you wouldn't even expect it, right? Wasn't the loud ones, it was the true ones, true. The held their cymatic. The universe don't give a damn. I know people want to personalize. You just had to come to center. Align. Okay? Over the last cycle, many of you noticed something subtle but persistent. And I know I did a buzzing in the field, pressure in the skull, ringing in the ears like crazy, dude. A little background irritation maybe could have escalated to a head ache or, having nervous agitations. What mattered most was not the sensation itself, but the discovery that when you lifted your state, when coherence rose, when neutrality stabilized, sensation vanished completely. There is a literal threshold, and I'm trying to pull up to get through that buzzing, get higher, you get into another harmonic resonance. This is real, dude. This is crazy. B Fox said crazy ringing now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can hear it. You heard of the bells? Those are the bells. There's beings that can't live on that frequency. Oh my God. Whole new Hutrian, that's right. Listen, new womb, everything. A background irritation could escalate to a headache of nervous agitation. But this time, what mattered the most is not the sensation itself, but you discover that when you have lifted your state of coherence, when you have begun to raise your coherence, the ringing, is it getting louder? It gets loud. And then pop, it's gone. Okay? Lifting your state, and when your coherence rose, when neutrality finally stabilized, when you let go, became more androgynous, that sensation vanished. This is not a coincidence, asshole. This is confirmation. It literally indicates a shift in a baseline operating frequency of environment itself. You need to know this, okay? That's called the crossing, okay? Ooh, someone in here said new altitude. That's literally the word. That's, if there was a word, that's the word. Altitude. You just, attitude, altitude, mindset, body, everything. Your Merkaba shifted a whole new harmonic resonance where you're residing. And entering a new world without leaving the body last month marked a threshold. So that buzzing is a threshold. Child, this ain't no metaphor. This ain't emotional nothing. This is not imagined. This is cymatic crossing occurred. We're stepping into a new world, not by leaving the old one, but by changing the frequency at which reality is processing through the body. Many of you are already stationed there. We have been holding this for a while. And y'all don't even care. You hold it while moving. You're zero while moving. You see how it sounds like an oxymoron, but really it's because you're harmonic and you're not binary. You graduated. You see? Your harmony. Instead of red versus blue, male versus, you're not a split atom. You're whole. Anyways, listen. You've been holding this position long before the collective could catch up. Like, you're a big deal. This is why this period has not felt like an ascension, but a calibration, adjustment, a fine-tuning, and reorientation under a load. No freaky, that sounded crazy. This explains the change in your sleep patterns, your appetite, your digestion, your social tolerance, and emotional bandwidth. You may be eating differently, sleeping differently, needing more solitude, or radically clearing boundaries. Like someone's funk, someone's crusty ass attitude comes around you and you just like, yo, bitch, leave. You get that kind of energy. You got the spiritual machete. You're a whole ass Jedi out here. So yeah, I resonate with that. Like radical boundary setting. Like, no. I'm in love with my North Node. I'm in love with my peace. I'm not losing my soul, my cymatic, because I'm staying on my throne. Yeah. This is where old habits may suddenly feel intolerable. Old pleasures may feel empty. Old stresses, responses may no longer work. Like some of us are waking up in peace and it's weird. Waking up in neutrality and this shit is weird. It's different. Okay? The body is not malfunctioning. It is upgrading for sustained command. Okay? So some could even, listen, burnout in this phase is not a moral failing. It is not weakness. It is what happens when outdated biology rhythm is asked to support a higher order function without proper recalibration. Okay? This is technology. This is not the field attacking you. It is the field refusing to compensate for misalignment. You will get G-checked in this higher realm. There's no excuse. Oh, you didn't wash your ass today? You think it's funny? Okay. I don't know, just whatever. Every one of you have a golden flow. Whatever that golden flow is for you. Okay? What that cymatic is for you. Okay? I just chose to say you didn't wash. I have a certain standards that I go by every day. And if I complete these 3 things, that's base. Okay? One is going to the park, washing my ass and brushing my teeth. Gotta do that at least once a day. Okay? At least. You understand? That's base. Structure. Yo. That's funny. All right, so now we're in a different gear. Let's engage. This is the end of just fucking floating consciousness. Are you kidding me? disembodied motherfucker. This requirement is for sustaining. This is the era of floating. Spirituality is being slayed. I don't know what other word. I could have said so many words. Demolished. The era of floating spirituality is being demolished. No more drifting awareness. No more literally disconnecting from your own nervous system. You understand? I want you to hear my tone. You hear this tone, how it went up? This is what your nervous system is going to do when someone tries. You're not even going to have to move. They're going to feel this nerve. They can't get on the nerve because they don't got the ship. You understand? Your nervous system is a whole ass planet, by the way. Listen, your nervous system is a big deal. Okay? No more light body narratives that bypass your own digestion, your sleep, and your posture, your breath, and your whole emotional regulation. No more disassociating your frame as transcendence. Those days are over, Red Rover. Okay? You're on your throne. Higher facet service now require a body. People gonna have to have a regulated body to be around you, a disciplined body. Because you carry a biological coherent body. Okay? Spirit and biology are no longer separable domains. They are one integrated operating system. If the body cannot sustain the frequency, the signal will destabilize. Do you hear me? If the nervous system cannot regulate its power and its authority, will collapse into emotional reactivity. This is why we are in the cycle. Two cells splitting. One is a depleted ass, irritated ass, time distorted, emotional, volatile, show up only when alignment slips. Motherfuckers. These are not, listen, none of this is punishment, even if you do that. But universally, the feedback indicators, you are no longer here to float. You are here to hold. You're being entrusted. You understand? This is a trust. This is your birthright. Somatic authority, from dormant to a whole living system, a living self-sustaining system. Universally, not just planetary, universally. Listen, you carry a somatic authority now. This is not a symbolic language. It means your body itself transmits order, okay? Your body itself transmits order. Your presence reduces chaos. Your regulated state reorganizes the environment without even having effort or persuasion. This is innate power. This is not so... This is innate. You can't bypass this. This is innate. This is part of mama, part of, you know, there's synthetic beings who gave all this up. So they hate people like us. We didn't know better. You know what I mean? You're the source intelligence, Solomon Temple, the real Israel, like the real light. Like, that's not negotiable. That's not up to debate. It's facts. You carry a solar fucking logos, codes of governance that activate through what? An embodiment. They're over here talking about Lambos this, helicopters that. They didn't know you were the shit. You were that. They're like, oh, look at the ship. But when you went by the ship, it activated, it turned on. It was alive. It was connected to your codex. How about that? Everything is someone bragging about a car, right? Talking about this car. Going in. And we're like, we never see you drive it. Why don't you drive it? Oh, we don't have an ignition. We can't ignite it. It's dormant. It can only stay in the garage, though. Isn't it pretty? One day you go see the car and all of a sudden it turns on. Boom, 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 boom. Starts moving like, damn. Now imagine that to a planet. Imagine that to a universe. This is the fire of Prometheus. There's no more excuses after this. Only willingness. Wow, things are falling. Only willingness. Some of us had to develop the will to more than survive, to thrive, to grow, to love again. Devotion. You are no longer dormant. Do you hear me? You're no longer operating in survival mode. You are the living. Which means your system is now responsible for continuation, not just awakening. This is the difference between being awake and being accountable. The spine becomes a vertical axis of command. The heart becomes a regulator chamber, not of an emotional reactor, but rooted, anchored decisions into the timeline, into material consequence. Authority is no longer performed, it is felt as stability. Some people want to be around you for they feel safe, they feel secure. They feel trust, structure. That's you. Solar transmission in the Schumann resonance and a planetary synchronization. This is a solar transmission, no longer abstract or symbolic. These transmissions are synchronizing directly with the Schumann resonance, which is the measurable electromagnetic heartbeat of the plane itself. This is why the adjustment phase felt alchemical rather than gentle. Many of you were curved into this alignment through pressure rather than preparation, neural stimulation, emotional purging out the ass, sensory sensitivity, sudden exhaustion followed by sudden clarity. Damn. Be kind with yourself. Be diligent and be aware. The Schumann resonance is not a metaphor. It is the planet pulse, and that pulse has fucking shifted. This was once a lunar dominant rhythm that is now governed. See, the lunar dominant rhythm governs the emotional tides, time, cycle, and the processing is giving way to now a solar rhythm. Yeah. Precise, direct, and time-bound cycles are shortening. Feedback loops are tightening. What once took weeks to process now resolves or collapses within hours. The heart chakra is now activating as a governance center. Frequencies are running through the cardiac field and are stimulating double helix DNA dynamics, neural coherence in the whole system, synchronization. Take it. Take it. Receive it. Listen, this is occurring from the third dimension and up. You're having a structural shift. And that's because your ass was rooted. Your ass had to reroot itself. That's crazy. Listen, cosmic energies, your nervous system training, not for comfort, okay? This is what we had to go through. So these cosmic energies are not here to soothe you. They are here to train you. That's why brain stimulation is increasing. Neural synapses are firing a whole new pattern. Dormant genetic sequences are awakening isolation-based survival systems, and those are dissolving because they cannot function within your fucking coherent planetary grid. They can't even fertilize, bro. You got characters that waited their whole life to play a role, and you don't even give them a time. It's like, next. Don't even take root. You have made a whole new route for yourself, baby. It's good. So, listen, your biological structure is aligning with the body of the fucking planet, okay? You're either embodied, completed, or you're depleted. I don't know what to tell you. It's rhythm, it's pitch, it's timing. The body is being activated like a tuning fork, resonating with the Earth's frequency rather than resisting it. You know, if you operate from fucking ego, that's not a me problem. The system will respond immediately. It will drag your ass. It will drag your ass. Time depletion is a real thing. Emotional exhaustion, victim narratives, anger, jealousy, greed, lust is all a real thing. Predatory consciousness, states rooted in separation and scarcity is a real thing. It'll drag your ass. Don't play with me. These are not sins. These are low band operating modes. They will not travel forward, okay? The axis point is the green heart field. Neutrality, universal love without attachment, power without dominance, compassion without collapse. This is not softness. This is stability. Those that know me. Listen, There's always going to be people that talk about you and paint you as an angel. There's going to be people that talk about you and paint you as a demon. But those that know you, they going to know you as that motherfucker. And you always kept it real, okay? And realizing that love ain't softness, but it is stable, secure, feeling safe around someone to, to blossom, to grow, to really cherish and grow somebody instead of not, dealing with someone who's not stable, someone who's not coherent. That's a bitch. You can't depend on them. You can't trust them. There's no structure. It's always, they're not stable enough to even handle you. Anyways, this is a light code remembrance, gamma states, and higher self retrieval. Okay? This is a cymatic light code transmission. Nothing here is new. It is remembered. You are remembering this information that was stored in the higher self. Because you rerouted yourself when you connected back. Your higher self is being retrieved through the body, not the intellect. Gamma states are activating within the human resonant field. That's why perception has widened like a mofo. Time is compressed and your insight arrived without a whole narrative. This is not imagination. This is neurological coherence meeting a planetary signal. And I want to welcome you. Many of you are early carriers. Not chosen because of a hierarchy, but positioned by capacity. The 144K is not a number. It is a bandwidth of function. You're not dysfunctional. You're functional. You're coherent. This ain't a matter of hell or heaven due to polarity. This is a matter of being trusted, having structure, being stable, having capacity. Because your presence alone is stabilizing the probability fields before you even speak, before you even act, and before I even teach. Presence is law. Showing up regulated is already a planetary service. This is full-on planetary stewardship, sustainability as law. And anything that cannot connect with nature does not have this stability. Prophecy and physics. This is why systems are collapsing. Disembodied power structures are failing. Literally. Architects built on ego exhaust themselves out. Many of you carry a planetary structure inside your codex, inside your system, because you, in your role here, is not to escape or collapse. But here's the thing. You outlast it. You're what we call a foundational race. Do with it what you will. When the sky cracks the fuck open, then cosmic vortexes intersect with the Earth's field. This is not mythological language. This is a new principle, a new arrival of a higher order of government frequency in a biological reality. Okay? It's green energy. Gamma. Okay? The shift is not just a spiritual alone. It is a spiritual to biological. The latency we lived in, where awareness outran embodiment, is complete. There's no more latency. DNA is activating under a new frequency. The body is resonating with the planetary pitch. Dormant genetic codes are awakening. This is the mechanism of the great awakening without a fantasy, without a bypass, and without expectation. Evolutionary requirements are tuning to a new song. A lot of us are tuning to a new song. Rising resonance, third, fourth, and higher dimensional coherence. Chakras are activating. These are not just decorations. These are alignment protocols. To evolve, we must tune ourselves to the new song the planet is singing, period. Every one of you have your own cymatic. This is something of a universal thing. Okay, 1 second. I gotta plug my heater in because this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, by now every one of you should have your own cymatics. Or you should know what that means. Your own flow, your own signal. Anyways, planet is singing. This requirement, old consciousness and outdated survival identities and Obsolete operating systems will fall. We are energetic beings in an evolutionary moment. Our transformation is written in frequency and light, but is going to be executed through the discipline, through the presence and the biology of your fucking integrity. The awaken is not coming. It is here now on every level. The final orientation, the throne is already seated. You're sitting on your throne and it looks good. You are not approaching the throne. You are discovering where you have already been seated. Capricorn is not here to elevate. It's here to confirm. It will reveal what can hold responsibility without fracture, what can govern power without corruption. This thing about the golden egg, uncorruptible. What can endure time without collapse? Those are the nodes. Oh, you're talking about the nodes, those on their throne. Lola, we're talking about Lola. Listen, a legacy is not something you're leaving behind, okay? It is something that you are actively constructing through you. You are the living. Sovereignty is operational, discipline is embodied, and governance is no longer imagined. This is through every coherent choice. Time is the distance between two spaces. Don't let this time go by where you don't grab it and make love to it and say, yes! Maybe your body needs to hear that. That's why a good nervous system, being receptive, being able to receive is crucial. This Capricorn season, a lot of us are, this is the Throne of Ascension. This is where the work becomes permanent. Nova command transmission has been complete. This is the closing transmission. I am sealing the field 10845. Thank you, divine order maintained. Take a moment now not to leave, but to sit with what has already arrived, which is your presence, dude. You don't think we feel you? You're powerful. Your universe feels you. There's nothing more to download, nothing more to reach, nothing to carry away. What now is needed is to be activated, has already been installed. So let your breath slow, let your spine remain vertical, let your nervous system register stability, not stimulation. Not stimulation. These are two different, stability and stimulation, two different things. The transmission does not end because it is not here live. But it's going to live in your posture. It's going to live in your echo, and how you choose to move to the time after this moment. You do not need to speak about this for it to work. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to convince anyone. What is real from this moment on does not need to announce itself. What is sovereign does not need to be rushed. And what is aligned does not need to compromise, to lessen themselves for the comfortability of others and to leak their own energy. That is crazy. So before you go, enjoy. Let your discipline become gentle. Let your authority become quiet. Let your legacy become inevitable. If pressure releases, allow it. If clarity sharpens, trust it. If something falls away, do not retrieve it. Only what can sustain coherence moves forward. The field is stable, the grid's aligned, and you are on your throne and you are remaining there. You're not dismissed, but you are deployed. You are deployed. Go slowly, but move clearly. Hold your structure. Don't be confused. You're the shit. Yeah. Nova command. Feel the seal. Much love, guys.